Today is October 14th, 2025. It's the 14th day of the shutdown. The US government is partially shut down. In a country where everything runs by the second, stock exchanges, airplanes, federal agencies, suddenly the entire system hit pause. What is a shutdown? Why has America shut itself down more than once? And what do Congress, the military, and even the zoo have to do with it? Let's find out. A shutdown is when the US federal government stops receiving money. Not because the money is gone, but because it can't be spent. Congress failed to pass a budget bill, and the White House didn't sign a temporary funding measure. And that's it. By law, without an approved budget, spending is prohibited, even on paper, even on coffee in a department. You show up to work, and the door is locked. Civil servants are sent on unpaid leave, called furlough. Those who ensure safety, the military, air traffic controllers, police, continue working, but without pay. Shutdown is not a metaphor. It's a literal halt of the government. Why does this happen? Because America is not a vertical power structure. It's a balance and a constant argument. Every fall, Congress must approve 12 budget bills. If even one is not passed, funding freezes. Politicians start bargaining. Some demand spending cuts. Others want to increase social programs. In 2025, the fight is over tax breaks and healthcare subsidies. Instead of compromise, mutual accusations. And the country gets a shutdown. The first shutdown happened back in 1976 under Gerald Ford. Since then, there have been more than 20 shutdowns of varying scale. The longest lasted 35 days during the winter of 2018 to 2019 under Donald Trump. The economy lost about $11 billion, of which $3 billion were never recovered. Some cases were even comical. In 1995, Bill Clinton recorded addresses by candlelight. The White House had partial power cuts. In 2013, all national parks were closed, and people threw garbage over the fences of Yosemite. In 2019, air traffic controllers began quitting en masse. Flights were delayed until Congress finally compromised. The 2025 scenario feels painfully familiar. On October 1st, funding wasn't approved. By the 13th day, parts of the Smithsonian museums were closed, the National Zoo as well. Soldiers are waiting for paychecks, and the White House promises to find manual ways to process payments. Hundreds of thousands of employees are either home or working without pay. The Pentagon processes payments manually, and the Vice President warns that if the conflict drags on, deep cuts will follow. The paradox: the world's largest economy has money, but it's forbidden to spend it. But it's not just officials who suffer. National parks without cleaning and security are piling up with trash. Souvenir shops are closed. Air traffic controllers and TSA staff are working unpaid. Schedules are reduced, and flight delays increase. Financial agencies can't issue loans or licenses. Ordinary people are waiting for benefits and documents. A shutdown is a chain reaction. One off switch in Washington, and thousands of processes across the country begin to fail. Each day of downtime costs the US hundreds of millions of dollars. The longer it lasts, the worse it gets. Consumer spending drops, contracts are delayed, investor confidence falters. In 2019, the economy lost about 0.1% of GDP per week. If the current crisis continues for another 2 weeks, the effect could be similar. There are also curious facts. The 2013 shutdown cost more than the Mars rover Curiosity mission. And in 2018, Trump's administration ordered pizza for unpaid White House security guards. Symbolic, but it didn't help. And this year, employees of the National Zoo are writing letters saying, "The monkeys miss the visitors." Only in America can even a crisis go viral. How can this affect you? If you work for the federal government, your paycheck might be delayed. If your business depends on government contracts, you might not get paid on time. If you're flying, expect delays. If you have a mortgage, a loan, or are waiting for document approval, timelines may shift. Even gas and food prices could rise as markets react to uncertainty. Shutdown isn't something happening out there in Washington. It affects everyone, directly or indirectly. Shutdown is a mirror of American democracy. Yes, it's noisy, argumentative, and chaotic, but that's its strength. Any side can press pause, forcing the entire system to negotiate. The only question is, how many more times will America switch itself off and on again?